Hi there, welcome back to another one of these unedited, unscripted Steal the Skies talks, where we're going to continue this miniseries on all about the minigames. Miniseries for minigames is great. Anywho, in the let's start off with Chocobo Racing. Since last time we talked about how to access these channels and how to access the Roll20, let's get into the Chocobo Racing itself. So you will see on the Discord there are two Google Sheets. One is all about racing, catching, breeding, raising chocobos, and the other one is how to construct a chocobo racetrack. So you will see that this is a part of the minigame selection. In this folder I have chocobo competition and players chocobos when they gain access to them. But before that, you can just do some testing, just some fun tests all around. So let's get right into a track construction kit. I'm recording this video shortly at 5 seconds after the last one, so I have not created a program that creates the track itself, but yeah, that's super easy. I've done it before. I have an entire game in Twine all about this minigame using these same rules. If we've known each other for a while and you've tested or played the Dragu racing game that's on my itch.io page, basically the same thing. Kinda exactly the same thing. Just names change from Chocobo to Dragus. But yeah, so if you don't know, every race has an entry cost, and it is more expensive depending on how good your Chocobo is, and more expensive the lower the tier that you're trying to use, trying to race it in. Just because this is to deter people with high level chocobos, white chocobos, red chocobos, gold chocobos, so on and so forth, from racing with average or poor chocobos, because there's a whole breeding thing that we'll get into. And from on below that we have the race construction kits, and so with this it's advised that each segment's number is equal throughout the entire race, so that calculations can be pretty easy. When I created it for the testing minigames, I would separate them into specifically 5 lanes that are 6 squares long. That's not the specific one. There we go. Yeah, 5 lanes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 squares long. The reason behind it is so that there are some calculations with going up and down in elevation, made it a little bit easier to have it be a 5x6 square. Yeah. Starting from and so there's rules all down here about the chance of a specific incline, decline, or flat slope to be the different terrains that you can come across and what happens, turns, specifically obstacles, and then conclusion to go over XP, prize money, etc. and so forth. And so definitely take a look into this if you are curious about also how I set up the turns, because they can be a little complex when you have 5x6, but also setting it up. So a turn, I would have it be going in at the 2 mark and then diagonal all the way up. Like that. 2 squares in and then diagonal all the way up. Likewise, if you have and also if you have a slope that says goes up by 1, then let me see. Do I have the specifics? Yeah, so Chocobos spend an extra move every 3 squares. So if you're at 0, then if you're going up, then it's basically just one extra per square. If you're going 2 up, then it's 2 and then 3 and so on and so forth. Yeah. Because every time that you move forward, if you're going up by 3 elevation in a turn, then you need to spend an extra elevation to go up that far. If you're going down by 3 elevation in a turn, then you get to move an extra step forward because you're going downhill more. And so yeah, I'll have it all laid out here at the once the video is over, so that if you do go into there, you say that you want to try Chocobo Racing with some friends, then you can. Moving past track creation, we have racing basics. The hows and whats of Chocobos. There are 4 main stats to Chocobo: speed, heart, stamina, intelligence. And so basic rules. This lays out all the basic rules for the racing. Down below, we have Chocobos, the 5 different tiers of Chocobos. Poor Chocobos, okay, average, good, and great and excellent Chocobos. All of these, tier 1s and 2s, can be found in the wild. There are specific locations that I have mapped out of where you can get them. Otherwise, tier 3, 4, and 5 are can be bred. The vast majority of specially bred Chocobos are in tier 3. The best of breeders have tier 4 Chocobos, and tier 5 Chocobos, the gold Chocobo, is very, very rare. If you played the Final Fantasy VII Chocobo minigame, racing minigame, and breeding minigame, then a lot of this might look very familiar, because a lot of these rules are lifted from that. And so, yeah, whenever you need a ride check, the Chocobos that can be caught in the wild have specific modifiers to how well you do with those ride checks. Chocobos continued. This goes into specifics of what you get with each level up, what each Chocobo is specifically good at. For example, blue Chocobos are great at running across water, and you get them from breeding a good and a great Chocobo. You can definitely look through all of these because they are interesting. They're good to know what you're getting into. Past that, you have the Chocobo attacks. There are 4 of them total: Choco Beak, Choco Kick, Choco Ball, Choco Meteor. Choco Meteor being the strongest of them all. It's definitely a blue shell, to put it into Mario Kart terms. Catching a Chocobo. This is not catching a Chocobo in the race, but catching a Chocobo from the wild. You see a Chocobo, you want to round it up and use it for racing purposes. You need to feed it a green, or it will run away in 1 turn. And so these are the different greens that will determine both their stat increase for general feeding and maintenance, and the timer it takes to catch them. How long they will stay in battle before they start freaking out and running away. And so if you feed a Chocobo a Gissel Green, they will be busy eating it for 3 turns. Past that, we have mating Chocobos. Chocobos, you need 2 different Chocobos. I'm not necessarily worrying about male or female because that's an extra step that I don't want to worry about. So all you need is just 2 Chocobos and feed them the appropriate nut. The vast majority of them for what you might want will be Porov nuts, since that's what makes your tier 3 Chocobos. But hey, you might want to purchase one of a different kind of nut to get a specific type of wild Chocobo instead of going out to catch a new one. And then we have how and when Chocobos level up. And so, yeah, that's Chocobo Racing, Chocobo catching, and Chocobo breeding. After this set of minigame videos, I'm going to put up a both what the construction looks like for each specific case, turns, and having an Excel sheet that just auto-generates a race for you. So, yeah. Well, in that case, I will see you all soon. Have a good one. Bye-bye.